I'm going somewhere very special. I'm at Dawson Boat Center, going to pick up my boat, finally. They called and said that my Ultrex is fixed, and had a couple other things to get them to look at. Everything's perfect, so now I'm gonna go hook up to the boat, get it washed up, and yeah, get back to fishing in it, because it's been a while. So let's run in, do that now, because I can't wait. Super excited. Dawson's is Scottsboro, Alabama, just up the road from Guntersville. Actually on the shores of Lake Guntersville, north end of the lake. We'll see what they got. All right, this is a 520L with a dual console. Mine has a single console. I'm thinking about getting that next year. Fish with Hannah, fishing in team tournaments. I think a dual console definitely be sharp. What do y'all think about that? Drop a comment down below. What do you think about a dual console? Oh, how I've missed you. I have just missed you. But this boat is super dirty, so I'm gonna head back to the house. I'm gonna head back to the house and go clean this sucker because she needs a good bath. Maybe we'll get to go fishing out of her tomorrow. Also, while you're watching this video, so it's July the 31st, 2019. If you're watching this video around that time of year, you're looking for a new boat, this one is for sale. If it's years down the road, this boat's been gone for a while. So anyhow, if you're looking for a new boat, this boat's for sale. Just email me, DarianIsFishing@gmail.com. I'll put that email down below so you can remember. DarianIsFishing@gmail.com. All right, get the bucket, got a scrubber, got some car soap, and for later on, got some tire foam. Use a bunch of soap. I just use regular car soap. Now I can wash inside of them, get all the grass out. I'm not worried about getting my carpet wet. I'm gonna soak it. I'm not just like spraying the carpet necessarily, but the carpet's gonna get wet. I'm gonna try to sell this boat soon. I'll be ordering my new boat very soon. I'm just gonna spray this entire top cap down. Now I'm gonna spray the bottom, give her a thorough scrubbing. So it's day 2, just got the boat waxed, cleaned the tires, got the graphs put back on. And quickly, I just wanna show you my favorite features about this boat. So again, this is a Ranger Z520L. The L, I don't really know what it stands for, but the main way you can tell the difference between an L boat and a C boat, 2 things. The first way I recognize them is from the back. The L boat has this fancy like triangular pull-up thing. The C boat has the old straight bars. I believe there's 3 or 4 of them on each side, just regular straight bars. Doesn't have this cool design. Also, the L boat is a little bit blockier on the top. The C boats are a little bit more rounded here. This one's really blocky, looks really sharp. The console on an L boat is completely different than on a C boat. The way you know is there's no buttons on this dash at all. It's just gauges, and there's only 4 gauges. On the C boat, and all the buttons are on the side here. On the C boat, you'll remember there's buttons on each side, and there was buttons on that side too. So kind of quick way you can tell. I'm sure there's other ways to quickly tell, but that's the 2 quickest for me. I've really loved this boat this year. I believe next year I'm going to run a Z521, which is obviously a foot longer. I'm going to do a dual console. That way my passenger, or specifically Hannah, doesn't have the wind in their face all the time. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the single console. Just because the person, like, it's not comfortable to sit in that seat and have that wind just busting you in the face all the time. I mean, the pros did it, like they went to a single console because of like fishing tournaments and they land fish there a lot, but practically, like functionally, it doesn't make sense to only have one console. So anyhow, hop up in here and I'll show you. Also, super sharp wheels. That's one thing I really like about this boat is it has some banger wheels on it. All right, good step up. Go ahead and get up in here. All right, I'll start on the front of the boat. Other than some grass I've got on the front deck, we've got a hydrowave, and actually I took the speaker wire off when I broke my trolling motor. Now that's fixed, so I need to get that speaker wire put back on. Got a hydrowave H2 unit. Got a Helix 12 with side imaging. Has a side imaging transducer. Super awesome unit. That's a Gen 3. I've got the dual power pole switches on each side of the trolling motor pedal. Got an Minn Kota Ultrex with an upgraded G-force trolling motor handle. I do have that space open, which is originally made for a graph, but I only ran one graph this year, so could install another graph there. Moving back, you see I got some grass in the carpet. I need to get that swept up. This box here, you can see, it's got some cool storage. And the good thing about these Ranger boxes that's really neat is they're all finished. So there's no carpet in them. This is just a black, like a grip pad. It's got the Z logo in there in the middle. It's also got your light mounted inside. Super sharp. It's got a vent system. Ranger's power ventilation rod system. What that does is it just cools the entire boat. It has a fan in it. I'll show you that on the other side. But anyhow, this is so all the boxes can air out. And you can see there's another one right there. Drain plug. Slide that life jacket up there. Throw cushion. This box is the day box. This is the messiest box in the boat. But this box is super cool because if you were an organized person, you would have all the stuff you want for that day, maybe some tackle bags on this side for your plastics, and then anything you want to set up on that top shelf. This is a really, really cool box. The box that I use the most. And typically I just have in this box what I'm going fishing with that day, or what I think I'm probably going to catch one that day. I do have a better storage system than that, but that's just how it was the last time I went fishing. This also is a really cool box. Super huge. I've got a tackle tighten. Super sharp. These magnets are extremely strong. You're not going to shake your baits off of there. So going on rough rides or anything, that sucker right there is super solid. As far as the tackle storage goes in here, there is a rod, rod tubes down there on the end. There's 10 rod tubes. You could probably hold, I don't know, 15, maybe 20. I don't think you could hold 20 rods in there. I bet you could hold, obviously at least 10, but maybe probably more than 10. This center box is really neat. So on those days where you're not going to be using a lot of tackle, you can move this divider in and out. And what I'll do is just slide it all the way up to the front. That way everything's not beating around. All that tackle is kind of stored there. And that way I can put other stuff up there. Like I'll put a bigger thing. Like since I'm doing YouTube videos now, I carry a backpack a lot. I'll just set my backpack in that area if I'm not using a lot of tackle that day. If I am using a lot of tackle, simply like in a tournament, I'll just simply slide this thing all the way up to the front. That way I've got more room to, to hold all my Plano boxes vertically. Also, just a little tip. I don't know if y'all all do this or not, but I got this from Swindle, and that is putting your sinkers, like your weights, tungsten weights, hooks, all that stuff. I don't lay them up and down like how these boxes are up and down like on their side. I put all my weights and hooks in a box, and I lay that box flat. I've always done that. Here is kind of the box. So this is kind of a unique storage. This is a spinnerbait box, but it's what I keep my hooks in. And this is pretty much a mess right now, but I like to keep my hooks still in the pack like this. So I just take those, drop them down in, and I'll have, like, say, finesse hooks on this side. And I've got another, I don't know what happened to my organizer, but I had finesse hooks, I had flipping hooks, and there was a divider here. And then I keep all of my regular hooks, like EWG hooks, regular worm hooks, any hooks like this that require a bigger pack, I try to keep them in this bigger section. But anyhow, all the hooks stay in there. They still stay in the pack. That way I know what sizes they are. And the cool thing is that spinnerbait box fits right there in the side. So my hooks are always there. Also, the sides perfectly hold any bulk spools of fishing line. So sometimes I'll have 3 or 4 bulk spools there. That's the center box. Now to the rod box. Also has that mat in the inside. Down there it's got rod tubes, rod organizers here. And there's the fan system that I was talking about earlier. So that fan, hang on, I'll show you. So there you can hear that fan. Basically, it is pulling all of the water and moisture out of the boat. So, you know, you go on those fishing days, those long days, and you have your cork handle rods, or even the foam handle rods. And once they get left in the shop or the garage and there's moisture in the boat, freaking rods just get nasty looking. So that prevents that. Got your plier holders on each side. You got 3 on this side, 2 on this side, and 1 like for a hook file or a sharpener. Really cool here, the measuring board is like behind this little ledge. You can see it right there. So you have to actually lift it up just a little bit to pull the measuring board out. Super sharp, measure your fish here, and then just simply slide that ruler right back on in. That's really neat. This box is a cooler, but I actually keep all my fishing line in this box. I also keep my scale in this box, and I keep like my garlic pins and wacky tool. I keep all that in this box. I actually like carrying a Yeti cooler, like a backpack style Yeti cooler. So that's what, you know, I use this cooler as my line storage, and I typically have my Yeti sitting right here. All right, now moving to the cockpit. Really big seats in this boat. They're also super bouncy, like awesome seat, and they come on a slide. So they're adjustable for your height. The cool thing about this boat is it feels like luxury. Like it just feels nice. The attention to all the little details, super nice in this boat. You've got these cool like grips on each side of the pedal. You get these cool grips on each side of the pedal, which is neat. Gas pedal there in the middle. A little bit different than most boats because most boats the pedal's over here, but it is really cool to have that. You get used to it very quickly. And anyhow, that's that. Got a Helix 12 in the dash. Love this unit. It's side imaging unit, Gen 3, dual trim. Also on Ranger, they come standard with a dual USB right there and a just regular cigarette outlet there. You got like a pocket, hold your phone. I put my phone in that pocket right there a lot. And then a cup holder, obviously. Yeah, pretty much it. Got my power pole switch mounted here. This is the center coin box is what it's called. Inside of it, you can see I've got a backup reel, but typically this is right there. That's about what it looks like normally for me. Got sunglasses cleaner, got a power pole switch thing. Got the spray for the sunglasses, got Germex, and just a couple more odds and ends. Got some eye drops for those long runs and your eyes get all dry and watery and whatever. Drop some eye drops, get you cleared up. Over here, we've got Coco's water bowl, collapsible water bowl. I'm going to take that off because that's been there for a while. Super strong handle right here. Definitely coming from other boats, this has always been a plastic molded handle. So this is like, you can't budge at all. That's really cool. Obviously, got some G-juice in here. That's kind of in the way. This stuff, obviously I've been fishing a little bit. All right, so this is called TH Marine Tackle Titan, and I'm not exactly sure what the specific name of it is. Lure hanger, maybe. But it's got those teardrop shapes. So a lot of the Tackle Titan products have magnets. I like this one for just for this application because you can actually hang your lures. You don't have to magnetize them. So that's pretty cool. Awesome thing about this, partner seat, the passenger seat, you can slide this seat up put both of your feet here and you've got a lot of power like to hold on. You're not bouncing around ever, just because how close you can get this seat to that right there, like to these grips. And just all, like, you know, when you get in rough water, you kind of brace yourself, and it is a super strong hold. Plus you've got this, so no going anywhere in this boat. Super awesome. Then, you know, when you get to the place, you know, I'll slide the seat back, and even when the seat is slid back, it's still not very far. Got the passenger rod holders, got the rod strap on the side, and there's a net holder. Kind of a unique place that Ranger puts their net is underneath the underneath the cooler. And yeah, the butt of the net, or the handle of the net, just slides up in there. And let's move on back. Gonna need to clean those out. Maybe I might do a video on that using the bleach and the soap and all that stuff. But anyhow, this boat comes standard with those Livewell lights, which is really cool. Fishing night tournaments or early in the morning when you're doing boat check, it's cool to have a Livewell light. It makes that process a little bit easier. Also got an oxygenator by TH Marine, and this Livewell is vented, or like whatever, with the holes in it. So it's got one pump in, one pump out, whatever, and the water kind of circulates through both. Super awesome Livewells. In the back box, I've got my stuff, but in this box, I always keep this one pretty much open, other than what's in it right now. So I've got backup bottles of G-Juice, coal system. This is an emergency kit with everything in it. Flare, backup for, a rearming kit for your life jacket, backup scale, other than the one I've got in the front, a lot of zip ties, boating information, prop wrench, first aid kit, every single tool you might need is in here, backup prop nut, all kind of stuff's in here. Got a weigh-in bag, and even got some hot hands. Up there, you can see that Ranger, so that's a really, really cool thing about this boat, is where they store the fire extinguisher. Because the fire extinguisher isn't used a lot, obviously, but you have to have it in the boat. So it's stored in a perfect spot. It's easy to get to, but it's extremely out of the way. Keep my rope under here. Don't use the rope a ton anymore because of power poles, but I've got it. And here's some bug spray. And I always keep a backup hat just because you're probably going to lose one at some point in time. Keep the hat in there. Sliding over to this box, I pretty much keep this one empty at all times. That way, if Hannah wants to come in, put her purse or her, sun bag, beach bag or whatever, got her towels in it, she can use this box for that. Or camera bag. I've got buddies fishing with me. They can put their tackle in here. If I'm fishing a tournament, the co-angler can put his tackle in here. Also on the top, I've got dude wipes, sunscreen, and tanning lotion. And then over here, I've got a bag of microfiber towels, gloves, buffs, everything you might need tucked away back there. Last but not least, you've got a box that opens from the inside. That way, if there's ever a problem, you can easily open this box up and get to whatever you need. And right out of the gate, you'll notice that the back compartment of this boat is actually pretty clean for having power pole pumps and running, obviously having 4 batteries. This back box is very clean. We have a on and off switch. This is the breaker. Run, I keep it on. That's pretty much the setting. I keep it on 90% of the time. I've never had to do the jump start, but I do know that if you have to go to jump start, basically it uses your trolling motor batteries to help jump your cranking battery, which is really neat to have that built in, so you don't have to worry about carrying around jumper cables. Got the power pole pumps, easy to work on. Got an onboard charger. And last but not least, the Mercury Pro X 4-stroke. 250 horsepower. This thing is an absolute tank. Has a lot of really, really low end torque, meaning the whole shot is really good. When you slow down and go into a turn and then jump back into it and go around a pocket, every time you slow down in this boat and lower the boat down into the water and then jump back up out of the water, this motor, this engine is really, really good at that. Anytime you got to make a turn and then gun it again, getting out of that turn requires torque. That engine is really, really good for it. I got white power pole blades. Reason I went with white is kind of matches all the accents. Like I did white trim throughout the boat. I did these white lines Also did a white console, and obviously you can see that I've got white seats. I don't know, I just thought the color looked really cool. Not a lot of people are doing it. I don't remember exactly what these two colors are, but there's basically a dark gray and a light gray. And I did that color pattern throughout. It doesn't have any colors in it. Next year, I don't know if I'm gonna do this same exact color. I'm pretty sure I'm going to. So yeah, that was my walkthrough of my Ranger Z520L. Super, super awesome boat. Very top of the line boat. Like, this is everything in this boat. You'll notice there's so many details. If you ever get to sit in one of these, or especially drive one, it handles rough water really well. This is actually a really fast boat too. You think of Ranger, when I got this boat, I immediately thought I was going to a slower boat, just because that's a kind of persona of Ranger, and the previous boats have been, you know, fairly slow boats, but this boat runs 74 with power poles. With me loaded with tackle by myself, it'll run 74. Once you get a tournament load and full of gas and full live wells, you're still running 72. Even with a partner. So I'm plenty happy with 72 miles an hour consistently all the time. It's going to run 72. I think that's perfect. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this boat walkthrough. I didn't really intend on it necessarily being a boat walkthrough, but I did want to show you why I love this boat. It's really been an awesome boat. The front, one thing is the front deck on this boat is so huge. And so next year, I think I'm going to go to a Z521L. And the reason is the deck is even longer. So you get a longer front deck. I'm going to have a dual console. Also, you have another one of these boxes over there, except it's a little bit more narrow. It's about here, and that's actually the cooler. So the cooler will be right in front of the console on that side. I'm pretty sure it still has the step up. Yeah, definitely still has a step up. The reason I'm doing that, I wanted one extra box to hold my camera gear at all times. So currently, when I'm driving around, I have my camera like just up under here somewhere, which is nice, but I've kicked it and this is expensive stuff. I want to be able to keep it somewhere protected, but have it somewhere where it's not in a backpack where I can quickly go grab it if I needed it. So having an extra box specifically for my camera gear, or like just my camera, is going to be super nice. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for all the support on my channel. Again, this boat is going up for sale before this video even airs probably. So it's August 1st today, 2019. If you're seeing this video around the time of August 1st or anytime after that, the boat's going to be for sale. If you're seeing this video on years on down, hey, this is a fun boat, but it's not for sale anymore. Hopefully it's already gone. As always, thank you guys so much for enjoying and just watching my content. This has been a blast. Right now, I'm about to hit 7,000 subscribers. Basically, it's going every 2 or 3 days. I'm getting another 1,000. So extremely blessed to have the quick success that we've had on this channel, but I'm not slowing down. It motivates me to keep my foot on the gas and just keep cranking out good content for you guys. I just really love it, man. I love fishing. Regardless if it's in this boat, I'm getting a kayak soon. One of my next videos will be a kayak video, but whatever it is, a kayak, walking the bank, walking the river, I just enjoy fishing, and that's why I started this YouTube channel. I wanted to share my love for fishing with all of you, and I just appreciate all the support that I've had while doing that. So thanks again. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be creating videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning. And other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one.